Are we live? All right. Hey gamers, what's up everybody? We are back with our regular streaming of the tournament of our first year. Today we are gonna have a match between Crimson Aura and HSP. And we have our casting, myself TNT, and our new casters, Mr. IVamp. Hello.
Thank you so much, TNT, for that introduction. A very good evening to all, wherever you are. Good morning, good evening, greetings to all. We're definitely looking forward to an amazing and very exciting match between HFP and Crimson Aura.
Right.
Let's see how the draft goes.
And not to forget, we have the star of the team, Great Divide, the best and amazing EV player.
30 seconds remaining.
Definitely seeing the match,
10 seconds
and
remaining.
we have started with the bans. And suppose the map right now is Ascension Peak, so we definitely have a very good and very exciting map to be played on. A lot of verticality, a lot of short spaces, a lot of very crucial, pivotal points to both sides.
Right. Uh, is the Benny working? I can't say actually. Are we having any technical difficulties?
It seems like we are having some technical difficulties.
Okay. We will be coming back shortly. Please have patience. Yo, what happened, guys? Okay, we're back. All right, we're back with the draft. Looks like Kenessa Benz from the Crimson Aura and Lian.
An Atlas ban from HFP. Let's see what they are looking forward to
Oh,
the
by the
second
way,
match as
to
well.
say HFP, the team name consists of HANSA first pick. Right, so short form, HFP. Just for the information.
Well, we see a Khan ban coming out from HFP. We definitely have Nando open, one of the most frequent bans in the game.
Are they going to pick it, or are they going to let HFP go with Fernando? That's the question. What do you think, Ivamp, about the point tank?
Definitely picking the Fernando is very important as Nando, with his Aegis talent, has a lot of shields and a lot of point presence. But it
Agreed.
seems like Crimson Aura is going for Barrack. Definitely another very good tank in the game.
Ash.
And HFP locks in both Nando and
Tyra.
Ash.
Nando and Ash. Two solid tank, by the way, considering the shield and the HP.
Definitely. And a Tyra pick coming from Crimson Aura. Tyra has been a very, very, very important pick in Paladins ranked gameplay. She is very important as she can melt the tanks very easily, as well as stay alive with her pretty tank like HP.
Yeah, and not to forget if they are playing the DR, running the DR card in their kit. Pretty much, you can compare Barrick and the Tyra in similarities with their actions. Too tanky.
Oh, and we see the healers being locked from both sides. Crimson Aura goes for Grover while HFP goes for Maldamba. And we see a ROM ban coming in from HFP. Definitely very, very peculiar ban.
I must say because maybe they have Tyra and Grover in the team, so they don't want to take the risk to give Rom. You
That's
know.
definitely one very good strategy from HFP. And we see a Cassie ban from Crimson Aura. Definitely taking out the high
Is Crimson
DPS.
Aura thinking to pick Yagura? Oh, I mean, another tank.
Oh, this might be the first pick in this tournament. A Vivian from HFP. A very, very strong DPS.
What would you say, IVamp, with double support in two tanks in this situation?
A double support might also be a very interesting game to go forward with, keeping in mind that they've got two tanks with quite a lot of shields. They will definitely require a lot more DPS to break those shields and then decimate the tanks.
Great point.
Well, looking forward to the fourth pick by Crimson Aura.
Looks like they are thinking,
30
taking their
seconds
time.
remaining.
Well, having the Vivian is very, very crucial now if you think about it. She's got the drones, she's got her ult, she has her own shield. She can definitely, you know, use her drone to show people's positions.
Wow, yo, Ivan, we need to get prepare our mind for the EV roar and the soar from the Great Divide.
An EV and a Terminus. This is going to be an interesting match because we definitely see EV being one of the strongest flanks in the game. Has a lot of
Strongest
poke
and
potential.
difficult, you know.
Yes, and is one of the most toughest champions to play
But I am
currently in the
really
game.
excited to see EV play from the Great Divide. I really admire the way he plays EV. Most of us do, actually. A very
And a
well-known EV player.
Maeve pick from HFP. Fun fact, EV players hate Maeve players. Hate Maeve players.
I should agree with that.
The two daggers from the Maeve with the bonus damage is enough to kill the EV. But again, EV getting the slight buff in the last patch with her over the moon talent is definitely gives her a fair chance against the Maeve.
But depends on the player. Is he going to play over the moon or wormhole? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, looking by
Alright,
the drafts, TNT, who do you think has the upper hand in the draft?
I mean, both the teams are pretty strong. Look at the draft. Look at the draft. Look at the picks. It's really hard for me to even guess.
A very good draft indeed from both teams. Let's move ahead and see how the matches go ahead.
Yes. Yo, welcome back, gamers. So we have finalized our draft, and the match has already begun. The Ascension Peak, both the team looking good, and we're hoping for some competition between these two games. And what do you think?
Definitely TNT. That was a very good point because
Yeah,
the draft from both sides is very, very competitive. Great divide on EV as expected, and Marco Pro going with the Tyra.
pretty standard draft, strong,
A lot of
but
shield plays coming from the team of Nando and Ash, and it seems like both the tanks are going for the shield talents. This means that Tyra has already started stacking up on Rekka. She's gonna require a lot of Rekka to break down through the shields.
they will need a lot of records. Three champs in one team with shield. That's pretty much a lot. That's a burden for the
And
enemy team.
and we also see the Over the Moon coming out from Great Divide.
4, 3, 2, 1. Here goes
And let's not
nothing.
forget about the Grover. Blue team seems to have stacked up on resilience. Keeping in mind deep roots is very much a thing.
Vivian,
And we see a lot of point presence coming in from red team. Barrick seems to be holding the point down.
also looks like Ash is trying to sneak up on the back line. Trying to get a pick on the Terminus. Can he? Can he? The
And
first pick from
Who was holding W?
Krumi seems to get the first pick on Terminus.
Great
Krumi falls to
Divide.
Great
Okay.
Divide. Blue team seems to have a lot of control over the point right now.
Indeed.
Tyra playing
team trying to
very,
gain up
very
some HP.
cautiously.
Already with an ultimate from the EV. Impressive. Or is he running Snow Glow? I think he's running Slow Glow. Snow Glow.
We can see that there's a lot of good plays being made by the Ash. The Ash holding sides on one point and completely distracting the whole team. We can see Eevee as well as
Jamba with the fear. Trying to save the Ash.
and the Grover ult comes out. There's a lot of point pressure going on. It's going all over the it's definitely
Oh my god, and the
There
soar
we-
and the kills. The soar and the kills from the Eevee. Insane. Lovely.
but the midnight comes out from the Maeve.
Another
And Maeve
pick
is
from
the only
Eevee.
one alive.
Another
Great
pick from
Divide
the-
gets the kill.
another
Oh,
one.
but Great Divide falls to Maldamba. The Vivian tries to stall point
Oh
again.
no. Good try from the Fernando to save the Vivian.
Now it seems like blue team is falling like flies. One by one they come on point and red team seems to be holding point very, very well.
First point from Crimson.
And a beautiful shot by the Tyra. The nade perfectly hits the Maeve and sends her back to spawn.
Impressive gameplay from Great Divide as expected.
Great Divide is playing very, very cautiously, not overextending, not getting too ahead of himself. And the EV plays are spectacular.
Looking for that chip damage. Slowly.
The Maeve gets a pick on the Grover. That's a very important pick.
Yeah,
Great Divide seems to
sneaky.
be on a little bit of an issue, retreating back.
The payload is actually at the mid of the pushing distance, and this is actually a very important part. The longer
Yep.
you can hold, the more time you have for your defense.
This is one of the toughest choke points
Yeah,
to take care of.
Another pick.
And Eevee using all her abilities. There you go, and we see the ult and a stun from the Damba. There goes the Barrack ult, and Maeve seems to have quite a match. Maeve has been cleaning house lately.
Ash is actually making a lot of space if you're noticing.
Exactly,
With
the Ashe play is very, very gracefully being played, taking good hold of every choke point she can take care of.
30 seconds.
Making sure that the flank is getting enough space to get a pick.
And if you notice TNT, Nando has been doing well as well. Nando has been putting up the shield while Vivian keeps on doing the damage from behind Nando's shield. That's a very beautiful.
Of course. Will it be continuing once there is a Wrecker 3?
And
It'll be
we
much
see
more difficult.
Maeve trades with the Terminus. Great Divide falls, and it might be
Defense successful from the blue team. 1-1. Looking forward for the next round.
Keep in mind that Vivian definitely has a ult, and it seems like Vivian is doing quite a lot of damage. But again, Tyra leading with the damage in the damage.
Look at the Tyra already with the Wrecker 3. Not giving any chance for the shield to be holding up.
Oh yes, and we see Snow Glow coming out from Great Divide, and Burn Monster coming out from the Tyra.
Along with the Wrecker 3.
And I suppose that's a booby trap Vivian being played.
4, 3,
She's definitely using her sensor drones to make sure the enemies get displaced from their positions with the small little knockback that it provides.
Yeah, it's actually blocking the flank route if you know how to use it in a proper way.
And it's pretty sure that this Vivian definitely knows how to play.
I must say that. Looks like the blue team are getting some upper hand at this point. Getting picks after picks. Red Divide. No, he falls down as well.
And Eevee has no chance against the Vivian scoping in and pressing the W key on Eevee. Maeve is doing a great job by not overextending, holding her position.
Barrack with his desperation move to touch the point.
And the Eevee goes for the touch.
And he did
as
it.
Maeve does for Midnight.
And they come back. Red Divide with a pick. Impressive.
Great Divide seems to be very low.
Oh no, and he falls down.
But again, Red team gets capture. I suppose Great Divide's trade was very, very crucial to the team. It definitely benefited them.
Especially that final touch by the sword to make sure that they have the overtime.
Can Nando touch point? Yes, definitely we see both the tanks on point. Krumi looks out for Great Divide.
Desperation out from the both the sides. Oh my god. Eevee with the ultimate. Barrack with the ultimate. Terminus. There goes flooding the match with ultimate. Grover with the ultimate. Oh my god.
Krumi forces out the ult on the Grover and the red team captures
with
the
another point. Lovely.
Well, if we see both the teams are playing neck to neck, we see a lot of good plays made by the Maeve as well as the Eevee.
Eevee with the next ult.
We'll also have to keep in mind, Terminus is doing a great job. He might not be the star of the match, but he's definitely making enough space for his whole team.
The red team is having actually double tank. What do you think about Street Justice Maeve?
And the Eevee ult forces the Ashe to come out with the ult, but Maeve unfortunately couldn't get a pick because of the Grover ult coming out. Incredible plays from both the teams.
Vamp, my question to you. As Red Team has double tank, what would be the situation if Maeve was playing Strict Justice? Do you think there would be some one-sided game?
Well, that's very tough to say considering the fact that Street Justice is very hard to play having a Grover healer on the side. Definitely it would get picks, but you would be trading a lot. So if you're a very skilled Maeve, maybe Street Justice might have been the play.
Good decision from the Maeve. Looks like Eevee is trying to get some picks.
Eevee going Snow Globe is also a game changer. But Maeve is definitely letting Great Divide know that she's up for a fight.
As
She's
always,
giving a good one.
You can see Ash is actually maintaining the side and then not letting the flank to sneak in behind. Very important.
We must say there's a lot of synergy going on in the team. Vivian, the tanks, the healers, everybody's doing a great job at holding the choke points. Maeve tries to get a kill on Eevee but is unsuccessful.
Red team, no, can they touch the point? Another defense successful from the blue team. 2-2.
Wow.
Interesting. Competition is impressive.
And you can see on the damage charts, Vivian is slowly creeping up to the Tyra. And a lot of shielding done by Lando as expected.
Considering the Vivian's booby trap, I don't think damage is the main factor for this. Just blocking the flank route with the trap.
Definitely.
Sure,
and that gives a lot of vision as well to the whole team.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A lot of health from the Nando in his loadout. Impressive, making sure that the Nando is standing on point, just like the statue.
Looks like Eevee is
not going to.
Eevee trying to sneak up.
I think Eevee just got out the Maeve and
getting a pick on Maeve.
But Maeve gets a crucial pick on the Tyra.
It was a trade at this point.
But we see both the tanks surprisingly on point, and Terminus has an ult. Surprisingly, the red team still holds the point. Ash goes out with the ult, stuns the barrack. Still no picks from blue team.
Impressive gameplay from Eevee, I must say. He's trying.
Eevee falls to Nando. Amazing.
Not to mention, he takes out Damba, so no healer so far now for the blue team.
And definitely the Terminus is trying to keep Ash out of the point, and he is successful at doing so and wins the point for his team.
That Damba pick from the Eevee was very good from the red team, giving them the advantage for the point pick.
And the Grover ult comes out in order to replenish the Eevee. Great gameplay so far from both the teams, but it seems right now the red team has quite an advantage over the blue team.
The team are showing some competition, I must say. IVamp. Impressive gameplay from both the flank side, both the damage, not to mention healers.
There's a lot of teamwork going on, a lot of comms being used and being used properly. Proper utilization is being seen right now. And the Maeve gets a pick on the barrack. As well as on the Tyra.
The blue team is actually defending very well compared to the point fight. It depends at the last moment. Are they
Keep in mind,
going
Evie
to
is still
be...
there on the left side. And the maze spots her out. But she
Nando is making
successfully...
sure.
Thank you.
Nando is making sure that so that the EV does not sneak up. Very good sense of game. We can see.
And a lot of map knowledge as well. They have been using the map to their advantage and the different verticality provided as well. Again, picking out, and Evie survives with a
He
barely few
almost got
HP.
it.
Terminus goes for the ult and ults.
30 seconds remaining.
Looks like they are dedicating to push the round.
Red team seems to be on the push. Can we see a push? And
And finally they did it. Crimson Aura with the win. Good job from
amazing
both the
gameplay
sides.
from both sides.
But that was quick. That
A
was
quick
very
wrap
quick
up.
to push. Yo, welcome back guys again for the another round between Crimson Aura and HANSA first pick. The previous match was in Ascension Peak, a very competition between two team leading Crimson Aura with 1 point, and the previous match was from previous score from HANSA first pick was 1, so they're actually equal in both the two matches, 1-1 from each side. So this will be the deciding factor for which team is actually qualifying for the next round. So let's see, we're in a banning phase, and the first ban, Atlas. So what would you say about this map, IVamp? Splitstone Quarry.
A very peculiar map. A lot of sniper plays goes on, a lot of verticality. And we see this fidget spinner and the lava on both sides are very, very
Right.
crucial. We've seen a
The
lot of
turning point.
Okoas hooking
Looks
people into
like
the spinner. We've seen
looks
a lot
like
of Khan.
HFP with the EV ban from the previous match. They don't want to take the risk once again. They make sure that it's not going to happen once again.
And the Lian ban coming out from Crimson Aura. Lian and Kinessa ban from Crimson Aura, and HFP goes with Atlas and Eevee.
Oh, looks like both Barrick and Fernando, they keeping them alive. Very interesting con pick, keeping Fernando and Barrick free.
Definitely, Khan has a lot of point presence in this map. He's got the spinner, he's got the lava to alt people off the map, and he can definitely hold down the tunnel side or both the
Yes.
sides of the map.
No
We've
matter
seen a
which
lot of
side,
competitive
no
play
matter
coming out
which
from Trader.
side is Khan is holding, it's just block it
Barrack!
on that side, on the
And
flank.
Barrack comes out from Crimson Aura. Seeing definitely tanks being played in the last match. It seems like Nando couldn't do much, and the
Compared to
Ash was a
Barrick.
little bit late. So
Fernando.
we see a Barrack and a
Wow.
Nando coming out. A lot of shields.
A lot of shields, a lot of sustainability from both the tank. Barrick, the sustainability of Barrick is insane compared to other tanks.
Ash.
And the
Definitely getting the
shields,
heal from the turrets as well
yes.
as the constant heal coming out from the
Tyra.
healer. And an Ash and a Tyra pick from HFP. Both sides have a lot of shields coming in. This
Looks
definitely
like
seems
looks like the opposite composition from the previous match.
the Tyra seems to be a very, very good pick in this map because definitely we've seen how the Tyra plays out in the last match. Melting tanks is a thing with Burn Monster.
Also, having Tyra against Barrick is a good advantage because Barrick will be totally shut down from the point with that fire. A big disadvantage for Barrick having a Tyra in the opponent.
And we see Damba coming out from Crimson Aura. Keep in mind, last match, the Damba and the Grover both were doing pretty well, and they were very, very
Um,
good supports to the team.
Amazing job from both of them. Amazing job.
And
Looks
Crimson
like
Aura goes with the Shaolin ban. What do you think about that?
Shaolin Ban, if they are looking for a flank pick, they want to make sure that there is no CC blocking them. It could be Vora, it could be Vatu, and Shaolin can definitely shut them down with that extra burst. 1300 with one shot, and then not to forget the Q immediately after that. Total shutdown. Looks
And
like HFP has figured out of what Crimson is actually looking forward.
the Vora ban coming out from
Cassie.
HFP and a Cassie pick from Crimson Aura.
It's just a mind game at this point. Drafting is all about the mind game.
Last match we saw a ban on the Cassie, and this time we see Cassie being picked. This is definitely going to be an interesting match.
Yes, not to mention the HFP with two off tank. They have done it successfully. The first match, HFP with Khan and Ash, completely shutting down Crimson Aura, and
And
they do it again.
do not forget, the Megaton card has been wreaking havoc in the game for quite some time.
Also,
30
the
seconds
split stone
remaining.
query, the higher ground. If the Megaton can completely displace you from the higher ground, you know, upper
Definitely.
hand. Very good choice from Crimson Aura.
And we see a Grover pick coming out from HFP as well. Grover has been quite a choice in these games.
You must, because they have that extra CC. If they don't pick Grover, they don't have CC. Very important pick for the team.
And a Zin and a Vatu closing out the draft. Zin for HFP and Vatu for Crimson Aura. This
Right.
definitely seems to be quite an interesting draft from both sides. A lot of
Yes.
flanks
Indeed.
coming out.
I am looking forward for the match, and we will be coming back shortly again once the match starts. Please stay tuned and have patience. Thank you. All right.
Find me in the corner of the room, not ready to resume. 'Cause like I'm taking, don't wanna be alone, but I'm not in the zone. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the final round of this competition between HFP and Crimson Aura. The previous match, Crimson Aura leading with the win, and the previous match, HFP leading with the wins, making it a 1-1 for both of the sides. This is the deciding factor for who is going to be qualified for the next match. Splitstone Quarry, a very nice map, a very good standard draft. Both of the teams are looking fine. And yeah, let's go ahead.
We
Ivan.
definitely see
Yes.
the Ash coming out with Seed Shield Fortress Breaker. So there's a lot of shielding coming out from the blue team.
They have to
And
at this point because they don't have a solid point tag. They have to make sure that there's a little bit of pressure at the point, giving them that extra shielding capacity for the Ashe.
and do not forget, there's a guillotine Zin being played by Chromie.
Also looks like resilience. They don't want to
5,
take the chance
3,
at Grover's route.
1. And here we
Grover's route
go.
was very pivotal in the last match and seems to be a very important factor in this match as well.
Indeed, indeed.
And we see the blue team as well as the red team holding the right side while Barrick caps point.
Batu trying to take a pick on Tyra, but
And Tyra burning the...
Like it's nothing. Okay.
Tyra
Tyra
with the
gets-
first pick, with the double
Tyra
kill.
We see two important picks by the Tyra before she falls to the
That
down.
was a great job from Tyra, I have to say. Blue team making sure to dismount them, giving them that extra time for capture.
And the Vatu is trying to make a lot of space, but it
Vatu is a very sneaky champ, you know. The more space you have, the more potential he has to get a pick.
and Tyra gets a pick on the Nando again. Burn Monster seems to definitely be a problem in the way of Nando.
Indeed, indeed.
And the ult comes out from
Grover,
Great
but
Divide, but Tyra
Yeah.
says no, no, no.
not
This
today.
time,
Attack.
The first point from the blue team. HFP looking strong at this point, having the upper hand with the point capture.
and Tyra has been playing very, very beautifully. Holding points properly, throwing her fire on the tanks on key areas. Keep in mind that the firebomb definitely bounces off architecture, and there we see another beautiful fire being thrown by the Tyra.
Just making sure that they're actually draining off from their HP. That's the job.
And an ult comes out from the Khan. The Khan picks up the Cassie and is
Nando tried to
successfully
save.
kills the Cassie.
That was a good try from Nando to save the Cassie, but nope.
And as we saw, both these tanks have been holding key areas, doorways with their shields very, very crucial.
Impressive. Khan trying his best to give some space for Vatu. I mean, making sure that the Vatu is not actually sneaking in behind.
And a pick on the Grover.
Rotating side is also very important, not to mention IVamp.
Definitely. And Great Divide gets a pick on
Another
the
pick,
Tyra.
especially the mobility of Vatu at this point. Devastating. Can just go from one side to another, confusing the team. Dislocating their position with the movement.
And Khan comes off. The Khan takes charge of the small little room that is there towards the way. And we can
Khan
see
is
that the
playing-
shields are definitely having a big
I have
impact.
to say, Khan is trying his best to make space for the Zen. That's a very impressive effort from him, you know.
8, 7,
Making sure
But
that
Khan
Jin
dies
has
in that venture.
3.
I think this will be a defense successful for Red Team.
both of the team stacking up their ultis, making sure that there is no wastage of ulti so that they can maintain a good point fight.
And we definitely see a lot of streaks coming out from Red Team.
Yeah, they have defended pretty well.
And surprisingly, Vatu has a lot more damage than the Cassie. Cassie seems to be a little bit off in this map.
IVamp, even though you look at the team composition, yeah, even though the blue team is not having any point tank, a Tyra pick having with the fire is actually giving them more advantage on the point side, even though they don't have a point tank, you know.
2, 1.
Exactly, a
That's,
very well
that's
point made.
very
It's like
crucial.
even if you don't have a point tank, at least you have the one who shreds the point tanks.
Right. Looks like blue team is actually holding the right side very strong. Batu trying to sneak up behind, but nope, he changes his mind.
Khan definitely doing a lot of poke damage from middle, and the Khan goes behind and the
Zin!
Zin ult
Zin
comes
shutting
out
down.
and it catches Great Divide.
Fire with the
Tyra ult
ulti.
comes out as well. And blue team are again in charge of the point.
As I have told you, the Tyra on the point is pretty strong. They have to make sure the Tyra falls down, or else no point for them.
Definitely and an ult missed by the Vatu. But will the Vatu be able to chip on to Khan and get a kill on the Khan?
Another
And
point.
an ult by the Damba, but unfortunately, blue team still get the point capture. If you see the play TNT, Ash has been playing very, very well, holding the point just like
Defending very well. Defending very well. Making sure that Vatu is not sitting up behind is very important, very crucial. Along with Khan. The moment Vatu is going behind, that's it. It's a pick. They have to make sure that he is not sitting up behind. And they are actually being successful on it. You can see Vatu is actually struggling to go behind. You know?
and there goes
In a row.
a team wipe
Two of us.
for blue team and the red team need to reset. Definitely the Tyra pick is very, very, very important to blue team and
It's a
has shown why
game-changing
Tyra
factor.
is so
The
important in this game.
potential of Tyra, enormous, you know.
And Cassie gets a pick on the Zin.
Desperation all for the defending position. They still have 1 minute, but the payload is almost near the point, almost near the spawn. They're about to push.
But we do see the Vatu now making a lot of plays and gets a double kill.
Good job from Vatu. Very good job.
30 seconds remaining.
This position of the payload is nerve-wracking, I have to say, Ivan. It makes me nervous even if I'm playing at this point. You know,
Definitely. And
You-
there's
you
a
get a
lot
pick.
more chances of sneak
you get a
pushes
pick
going.
and that's all. You might get the payload pushed.
And we see a pick on the Nando as you talk about picks.
6,
Will they be able to? Will they be able to push the payload?
2,
And another pick on the Vatu, and it seems like
Also,
Barrack
Barry
is gonna
goes
fall
down.
as well.
Fernando comes back again. Can he maintain the position? That melting of the shield like cheese. He's melting cheese.
and a successful
Impressive
push
performance.
by blue team.
Impressive damage, impressive point control from the blue team, impressive defense, not letting the Tyra to be pressured by Vatu. Very important.
Amazing healing coming out from both the healers,
Indeed,
but
indeed.
definitely we see Maldamba coming out with the higher amount of heals.
Also, you can see Vatu is actually not taking risk to be getting traded. They have a Grover with the CC. They have a Tyra with extra HP.
4, 3,
It's a lot
2,
for a Vatu
It's a
to
lot to
handle.
deal with, but now they have red team has comeback mechanic enabled for them. Now, will they be able to capture the point? And the Khan goes on the right, surprising. And keep in mind, Khan has ult. And
Batu goes down. He tried to go take on the Tyra, but no. Tyra with the ulti.
and the Tyra ult comes out. Can the
Look at
Cassie get
that
a pick
shield
on?
going down. Look at that shield going down. That's practical.
Blue
Complete
team again
meltdown.
has their presence on point.
3-1. Once again, if blue team wins, the red team is going to the loser bracket.
But I don't think. And it's a 93, and Nando tries to touch. Oh,
Oh
no!
my
And the
God.
Khan ult takes away Nando from the point. And
Well played, both the team. Well tried, Crimson Aura, and congratulations to HFP for winning this round and moving on to the next round.
This was
also,
very, very-
not to forget, Crimson Aura still have another chance, you know, because they will be moving to the loser bracket and might be fighting with yesterday's match. Disqualified team, and very good job, I must say, from HFP, making sure that they gain the upper hand and get qualified for the next round. IVamp, it was nice having you here. Very good show from both the team. Is there anything you would like to comment about?
definitely, thank you so much for having me. And amazing games by both the teams. Very competitive play, but we see a lot of one-sided play coming out from the Khan. The Khan ult was very, very important at the last point, or you would have seen Nando reach the point. But great stuff by both the teams. Congratulations
Lovely.
to both the teams for playing such an amazing game, and thank you for having me.
All right, and not to mention, thank you everyone who were with us for this entire time, supporting us and making this more entertaining. Our main objective for this occasion is to make the game feel more alive, there to bring up some competition, as you know, the rank system in Paladins, you know. We can see the fair matches, pretty good drafting, pretty good skillful plays from the teams, and not to mention these people are very skillful. They have done their best to entertain us, to show us some gameplays. And also, thank you very much, our team, our staff, for making this possible, doing their best to help us in all the way. And we will be seeing you again next week with our other matches. Hopefully, we will be meeting you guys again. And all right, I'm gonna take my leave. Bye bye, take care, and see you again.